Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not. Neither any of these blokes. Happy New Year! That's the reason I say Happy New Year now, today, is because this is the first video that I've recorded this year. I like to keep a little bit ahead of these videos when I can. Being a shift worker and having family interstate sometimes it means I can't record for a few weeks, and often it also means that some of the epic replays that people send me, I just haven't got a chance to record. So I apologise for that, but today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's a 2-up Tuesday. There's going to be two replays, two Ace Tanker replays in today's video. Today's all about holiday ops. The day I'm recording this is the day after holiday ops is finished. You can no longer buy loot boxes, but you still got those bonuses on those select few tanks in your garage if you participated in the whole program. Now, is it the big question that people always talk about? Is it gambling? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it good value, or is it just throwing money away? I don't know. I'm in both camps in this one. I don't like to sit on the fence, but I'm somebody who really dislikes gambling. In real life, I'm not talking about in-game. I'm talking about casinos, horse racing, all that kind of stuff, lotteries. I think it's the only reason I don't like it. I'm not trying to be moral or look down on anybody who participates in these kind of activities, but I just see them as a bad investment, like it or not. And if you go to a casino, they've got all those big, beautiful lights and the chandeliers and the fancy restaurants and the hotel rooms. They're not paid for by anyone other than people who throw money away on gambling machines. That's why I don't like it, simply because it's a poor investment. Now, as far as World of Tanks goes and the holiday ops, and this is one of the tanks that community contributors had this as a rental before the loot boxes went for sale, and Flying Elite was kind enough to send me an Ace Tanker replay in it. This is the E75TS. Just briefly going through the gun and all the characteristics of this bad boy. A lot of people say this is what the Louis should have been. It's a little bit faster. In fact, it's a lot faster than the Tier 8 premium German heavy tank. The Louis is what I call it. The Louver, some people call it if they want to be fancy. It's got APCR rounds. So this will be premium ammunition, because Flying Elite will be looking for an early Ace Tanker on this bad boy. It's a 105mm gun, 360 alpha damage, 282 penetration. Now that's with premium, 227 with AP, which is standard on this bad boy. You can see he's running chocolate, which gives an extra 10% to all crew skills and perks, which is what I see. I reckon I've watched a few replays over the years, and I do see a lot of good players doing that. Doesn't manage to penetrate the VK100-01B. He's top tier in this game. In fact, it's an all Tier 8 game, and he's up here on the ridgeline of Al Haluf, ready to absolutely smash the enemy team. Now, this SU-101 is in a bad position. He's not Flying Elite's not being an arsehole here. The SU-101, that tank has, I'm pretty sure it has no gun depression. For that SU-101 to get a shot on these tanks, you'd have to be right out here in the open, and he would die. So even though Flying Elite's sort of pushing him back a bit, is inadvertently saving his life. Now he loses his gunner in that little altercation. They're winning 2-1. He's already got 1,073 damage done. He's blocked 1,630, which tells me the turret armor on this bad boy isn't too bad at all. You can see one shot might have went through just there, but he's blocked a few off that turret, and I love that camouflage. That's from, I think it's from Wargaming Fest, WG Fest, whatever you want to call it, as the engine goes down, and that poor little SU-101 is going around the corner to try to do something else, and that's what he should do. It's exactly what he should do, as Flying Elite blocks some more damage. What about loot boxes? The reason I don't turn my nose up at loot boxes is in my opinion, it's not a bad investment. And that's like I mentioned earlier about gambling. Gambling, horse races, lotteries, playing cards at a casino. It might be entertaining, but it does ruin a lot of people's lives. I'm not trying to sound like, I don't know what I'm not trying to sound like, but it can be a trap. And for that reason, anybody who is or who was considering buying loot boxes, I give everybody the same advice when they ask me, should I buy some loot boxes, Stewie? I say, well, it's the way I see them, and I'm not alone in this one. As Flying Elite brings up his 2k damage and his 2k blocked, 1170 assist, is if you can afford it and you are somebody who regularly puts money into the game, i.e. you might be somebody who maintains a premium account, you might be somebody who maintains an amount of gold in the kitty, and you might want to unlock those, what are they called, those styles, the beautiful Christmas styles, the carpet, the tangerines, the gingerbread, and the flowery ones from the Lunar collection. If you're somebody who does that, and you're happy putting money into the game and you can afford it, then go for your life, because I did it. I did it, and I'm somebody who dislikes gambling. That the reason it keeps getting compared to gambling, which it's not. I mean, Blind Freddy can see it. There are people who purchase loot boxes with the hope of picking up a tank like this, the E75TS, and the next game in today's 2 Up Tuesday is going to be the double barrel Russian premium tier 8 heavy tank, which is a tank that I picked up. Pardon me, it's a tank that I picked up, and I'll be honest, I'm struggling with it, but we'll get back to that in a few minutes. So the answer to the question that people continue to ask me, should I buy them? Are they a good investment? Well, I think they are a good investment. If you're looking for gold, premium time, credits, the collections, you're never going to lose money. At least I think that's the way it works. It's always been, at least on our server, you're guaranteed not to get less. So if the loot boxes cost a few dollars each, you're going to get at least that amount in. You might only get that amount, but you won't get less than the amount, and that's why they don't get in trouble for breaking gambling laws, because you're not losing money. You're spending money, absolutely, but the danger is, and this is what I warn people about constantly, the danger is if you're the kind of person who's easily addicted to gambling or can't control themselves, maybe especially after a few drinks, might think, I've bought 75 boxes, I haven't picked up this tank, I really want this tank, then look at that, bang. Then tempting to throw good money after bad chasing a premium tank is, if it's not gambling, then I don't know what it is. That is a gamble. So as I say to people, if you look at it as getting good value for money for buying your gold, in-game gold, as well as the other things that you might pick up, the carpet and the tangerine styles for holiday ops, premium time gold, credits, whatever else they give you, first aid kits, I don't know what else there is. Of course, the female crew members are also very, very handy. And whatever else there is. And of course, occasionally you might pick up it. Look, if you bought 75 boxes and you didn't pick up a tank, then my heart goes out to you, but I guarantee you've probably got a half decent gold. Flying Elite gets shot from behind by the TS5. Sure, that was unintentional, or maybe he was shot by the TS5 to maybe encourage him to back up. Maybe the TS5 was trying to do the right thing and say, Flying Elite, man, you're on 6 hit points. We know that's 5 hit points more than you need. But come on, man, don't die. 4,279 damage done, 2,660 damage blocked by armor, 1,520 assisted damage. He knows this is going to be an ace, and there's only one tank left. No, there's not anymore. 15-9, not a bad win for me old mate, the Flying Elite. Gets shot by the Renegade as well. Maybe they're people who know him. Or maybe they're not. Let's have a look at the result before we move on to the second Ace Tanker replay. And today's 2 Up Tuesday, the first recording that I'm doing for 2020. Well, I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know about you. Anyway, I didn't think I'd be able to fill January up with videos, because a lot of stuff happening in my life with family is good stuff, Christmas and New Year's and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, let's have a look at Flying Elite's result before we move on to the second epic Ace Tanker replay in today's 2 Up Tuesday. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, the Spotter Medal for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of assisted damage, Hand of God, Bruiser, Fire for Effect, Shell Proof. You got 28 bonds for that game. Tipping that was the for the premium account win for when you get the kills. Confederate for shooting more enemy tanks than anybody else. Steel Wall, High Caliber, High 5. Look at all those tanks that he did something to. Spotted, damaged, killed, destroyed, or you name it. Topped the score charts with 4,279 hit points of damage. 2 kills, 1,456 base experience. He fired 24 shots, 22 hit. That's telling me it's pretty accurate. 13 pen, so he bounced a few shots. Didn't feel like nearly half bounced, but 13. There was HE as well, that he was shooting a little bit of HE at some of the low-held targets. Lost a few credits, and as mentioned, had the chocolate going, and he also had a lot of premium rounds going around. But he wanted to ace it, and from memory, this was like the first or second day that we had this tank as community contributors to demonstrate and to play around with. I was doing it on stream and having a great time, and I think he wanted to be maybe one of the first people to ace this tank, and I can't say I blame him. Anyway, Flying Elite, check him out on YouTube. Link will be down below with all the other stuff that I put down there. He's a good player, don't worry about that. Game number 2. This bloke's been around for a while. Celestial Ludenberg. This is when he was in Rehab Clan. I think it's the same clan they've renamed to Childa or something like that. I can't keep up when people change their names. Now, just like Flying Elite, he's utilised the anonymizer. The video on the anonymizer on Friday, maybe on Friday or maybe next week. I can't remember. But a lot of good players are saying it's working for him. A lot of good players saying it's working for them. Anyway, this is the 732122. This is the other star attraction of the Christmas loot boxes, if you like. The double shot. This is the first. No, this is the second tank in the game with two barrels. What was the first one? The LTS back at Tier 2, which I think was a bit of a test to see if the mechanic would work. Now you can utilise this gun in a couple of ways. You can do what he just did. You hold the left mouse key button or whatever your firing button is, and it holds it for about 4 seconds, and then both guns shoot at the same time, giving that massive. That was 802 alpha damage into the Carnarvon, just poking around that corner. It does take a while to reload, so instead of doing what I do, like if you take a long time to reload, I might just sit there, I don't know, scratching my nuts or something, I don't know. But Celestial Ludenberg from Rehab Clan, now Tilda, he actually took the time to look back and see where he was shot. Now, he's also put this style, we were talking about styles in Flying Elite's replay. This is one of the Christmas styles from, I think, the first lot of Christmas loot boxes. You're back in 2016 or 2017? It was ages ago. Or maybe it was the second year. I don't know. It looks fantastic anyway. 2,000 hit points of damage done now. 1190 damage blocked. So he's blocked a bit, but he's down to 484 hit points. Now, we're talking about this gun again. You can utilise it two ways. I'll be honest, I haven't played many games with this. You can do what you just saw Celestial Ludenberg do into the Carnarvon. Hold the mouse key down, fire both barrels at the same time, and get basically a double hit. 2 for the price of 1. Or you can fire them one at a time, which it sort of acts sort of like an auto reloader, I guess you could say. Or an auto reloader. When you shoot, it takes a few. If you shoot one, if both guns are loaded, you shoot one gun, and it takes a few seconds, and you see the look at that. That defender was pretty eager to get shot. Takes a few seconds, and the next one gets lined up, and it sort of, the view changes just a little bit. I don't know if you just saw it then. And or you can fire them both at once. But firing them both at once, like he's doing now, look, he holds the button down, and fire them both at once. He didn't do any damage, unfortunately. He blocked the Samoa for 300 more hit points of damage blocked by armor, but unfortunately it didn't go through. Now it takes a while. You can see the reload time there. It's 22.4 seconds, and but at the halfway mark, one of them is ready to rock and roll. You can see that on the middle of the screen now. A little bit like an auto reloader, I guess. But anyway, it's Russian, right? Heavy. Back to the gambling side of it. The what I'm trying to, by no means I want to say to people, buy them or don't buy them. Make up your own mind when it comes to these loot boxes. And this is why I've released this video at the end, or recorded this video at the end of the loot box season, the holiday ops stuff. As I mentioned before, in my personal opinion, I'm not a fan of any kind of gambling at all. In a way, it either is gambling or it isn't. Like it's a little bit gambling, it's a little bit not, right? People who are rolling the dice trying to get a specific tank or a specific reward, you're going to throw a lot of money away. People who using it to top up maybe their premium time or their gold credits and a few other odds and sods along the way, then it's not a bad investment. Like as mentioned, and we keep reading about it, and we keep hearing people talk about it. If you throw $50 towards the game, you're going to get more than $50 worth of value. I guess that's what I'm trying to think. So that's the reason. I generally buy a few boxes, and because it is value for money when it comes to, if you're the kind of person who buys gold and premium time and all that kind of stuff, which I do. I put a little bit of money into the game every now and then. But I've noticed of the last couple of years, since Holiday Ops has been a thing, whatever I spend at Christmas is generally, that's me done for the year because of the good value for gold and all that kind of stuff. Back to the game, Celestial Ludenberg in the 7032122. It's a premium tank. Gets another kill, kills a defender, no problems. He's still on 484 hit points. The score's 9-6, so he doesn't need to do anything silly to try to win this game. They're winning by 3 tanks. He's just got to, hold this line, keep shooting the Samoa. Shoots the Samoa once, the Samoa backs up, gets ready to shoot the Carnarvon again. 9-7 now as the LTTB in the field gets taken out of the game. Looks towards they're not known for their accuracy, these Russian guns. Now I do have this tank. This is one of the tanks. This tank, and talk about more arse than class. This tank was the tank that I picked up in the first box that I opened, which is, I didn't advertise it too much because people, get the first box. Give me a contributor hacks. I don't know. 4,631 damage done by Celestial Ludenberg. 2 kills. 2,500 damage blocked by armor. Only 3 tanks left. They're all in his vicinity, so he's waited until he's got a full charge. He won't need to shoot both. He won't need to shoot both barrels at the Carnarvon. Just shoots him once, picks up his 3rd kill. That brings the score up to 13-8. And now he's charging forward, looking for a little bit more damage. 5,017 damage done. 2680. Now, as mentioned, I do have this tank, but I don't know. I haven't found the sweet spot in it. After watching this replay, maybe after watching this replay, maybe I'll learn a few things. Maybe I'll learn a few things from it. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery Badge from Celestia Ludenberg in Rehab Clan. I think they've rebranded again, and that's what clans do from time to time. Ace Tanker, Bruiser, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect. He got a shell-proof medal, a bond. He got the high caliber. Top score with 1560 base experience, 4 kills, 5,500 damage, 22 shots fired, 19 hit, 14 penned. Like when I fire 22 shots in this thing, I'll get about 15 hit and about 4 pen. But anyway, good on him. Good on him. And he even made some epic credits there. 126,000 credits after tax with a premium account. There was a booster there for nearly 60,000, so which is half of that. And it's a first game ace too. Look at that. It was the first game he played in it. Good on you, Celestia Ludenberg. As mentioned, Holiday Ops. What are your thoughts? Leave the comments down below. Holiday Ops, thumbs up, thumbs down. Is it gambling? Is it not? Personally, I think if you look at it as an investment to gold and premium time, which is how I look at it, I think it's not a bad deal. If you're chasing a particular tank, you're just going to be throwing good money on just like a day at the races, which is not something I agree with. Anyway, if you agree, let me know. If you don't, let me know as well. What are your thoughts? They're the 2 tanks. They're the two showcase tanks, I guess you could say, from the loot boxes. The Object 703 version 2. And of course, that's going to back up the next line of the double barrel shotgun tanks, it's the IS-2 version 2 at tier 8, the IS-3 version 2 at tier 9, and the STI version 2 at tier 10. Unless I'm wrong. Anyway, Celestia Ludenberg, thank you very much. Flying Elite, don't forget to check him out on YouTube, link down below. That's it for me. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and see you all next time.